Priyanka Chaturvedi, any single provision in the budget that you would want to compliment, because there's no tax on that, let me assure you. Anything you want to appreciate before you get on to the criticism bit?
Considering that the people of this country have been burdened with some more tax structures and some newly designed tax structures which will end up having taxpayers pay more money, for you to say that it's tax-free to compliment them on something, you've already complimented them enough. When I started this discussion, before we started this discussion, you started with Samrit, Sampan, Sashak, strong foundation, straight and narrow, empowerment over entitlement, enablement. So I don't think I would even need to say anything further, because you've already decided and you've started it with that particular discussion. However, since you said a woman member of parliament and you would have the woman minister coming on your show, I would just want to ask you, as a woman in the 21st century, a woman who is empowered, who hosts one of the highest TRP ranking shows, would you be happy with one single policy initiative that has come from from this budget for women, which is a savings scheme, which is a one-time savings scheme, which has a upper limit of 2 lakh rupees, which will be for 2 years at 7.5%? I'm sure you would not. You would have expected a lot more, and I'm very certain of that. Now, for the young, you've spoken about 30 international excellence centers, skilling centers, etc. How do you answer an entire skilled labor workforce which, over various skills that they have acquired through earlier skill centers, are sitting at home without jobs? How would you address those who are, losing jobs in the latest round of retrenchment? There are skilled employees in various capacities who are going to be sitting at home. Is there a roadmap for that? Those are my, two pointed questions about youth and the women. Now, for the tax regime, the benefit, you said, oh, we've moved to a new tax regime, exemption up to 7 lakhs. But if you take away all the deductions from there, if you actually show it as a, something that you'll have achieved, but unfortunately you end up paying more taxes, then that's a challenge. Of course, anyone can challenge me now and say, oh, listen, you can always stay on in the old regime. But that is not the answer. People were eagerly waiting for answers and policy narrative in terms of how do you reduce expense of living? How do you ensure that people are saving more? How do you ensure that there are more income, increase in incomes, increase in wealth of people? That's not happened. And I think these are very valid criticisms, considering in the economic survey yesterday, we had an economic advisor who categorically said we've recovered from the COVID shocks that Indian economy faced. He also went on to say we're going to have a robust growth story as compared to other countries, which absolutely other indexes are also saying so. Then what stopped you? What stopped you from ensuring a better health budget? What ensured you that you could not, provide enough allocations for education sector? Why is your social welfare spent? And we continue to focus on GDP. Who's talking about the Human Development Index? So those are my valid points, and I think those are not just mere criticisms. These are valid points which people of the country would have to face and suffer.
Well, so